Did your parents ever walk in on you and Cameron?
Was Landon your first? Did you have any pregnancy scares before you had Coco?
How much alone time do you and Cameron get?
I think it's important to note that when it says alone time, it says alone time.
Where was Colette conceived? Ever had sex in public? Definitely not.
You don't remember?
Are you guys trying for a baby?
Welcome back, Emily.
She loves that part.
She does. Every time we say welcome back, Emily, she either smiles and laughs or goes, hi.
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 We're gonna try and film this with Colette here. Most of the time, she won't even sit still for our intros and our vlogs, so we'll see how she does with this. No.
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 No. No. No. No.
No.
No. No.
No.
This isn't gonna be right. When she became a toddler, sit-down videos or something of the past.
Yeah, I feel like we never do sit-down videos anymore, and this is exactly why. So, we're gonna try our best, but we might have to just get back to it after she goes to bed. We'll see.
Yeah, she's already not wanting to stay on the couch. She wants to be held and put back down and then go chase the camera. I'm just gonna do this way. Okay, fine. We haven't even started the video yet. Oh my god. I told you, Cameron.
Right before we started filming, she was so calm. She was snuggling us. All right, we're gonna try. We're gonna try this out. So I asked you guys on Instagram to give us some real juicy questions. So this video is gonna go in depth. We're gonna answer all the questions that we would normally. We haven't even started yet. It's not gonna work. So we will be back once it is past her bedtime. We are back. Colette is asleep, finally. We get some peace and quiet. Anyways, let's get to these questions. I asked you guys on my Instagram story to ask some real juicy ones. And we're going to be spilling the tea today. I said nothing is off limits, so we're gonna be answering all the questions that we've kind of been avoiding, we normally wouldn't answer. I'm kind of nervous, so we'll see how this goes. This one's heavy. We're starting off with a real heavy one. How do you feel about divorce? Well, both of our parents are divorced. Landon's parents got divorced when he was quite younger. My parents got divorced when I was 17 after I became a mom. So I kind of already had my own family unit at the time, and it was really different.
Yeah, and she was already moved out as well.
For my parents' situation, I can definitely say that it was necessary. They had been married for 17, 18 years, something like that, and it just wasn't working out. And from the very beginning, it wasn't really working out. My whole childhood, they just fought and fought and fought, and it was not good for my siblings to hear, not good for my little ears to hear. And I definitely would advocate for divorce in situations like that. Like if me and Landon were fighting all the time and our kids were always telling us like, stop fighting so much, like I hate listening to you guys fight, and it goes on for years and years, like at that point it's what's best for the kids, no matter how much you try and work things out. And like thinking that staying together is what's better for the kids sometimes isn't correct.
I mean, my parents had gotten a divorce when I was quite young. I was still in, I think, elementary school. Yeah, I was still in elementary school. I don't really quite remember my parents arguing too much. I think that, you know, if it was a mutual agreement and you know what's better for you and your children, because you obviously want to live a happy life, and if y'all aren't happy together, then that's, I mean, it's sad, divorce is sad, but I mean, to be happy, I guess that's what you have to do, and that's the next step of your life. And I wouldn't say that it breaks people, I mean, in some situations, but in our situations, I think that our parents are happier and better off at how it worked out. But between me and you, I don't want to get a divorce.
I hope we never have to get a divorce. I can definitely say, based on the way my parents were when they got married. Like, they kind of both knew they shouldn't have been getting married. They just got pregnant with my sister, and it just seemed kind of like, oh, that's what you do. And
did they have your sister and then get married, or was she
was pregnant
at her wedding? Oh, okay.
Yep, and you know, she can say looking back, like, it was definitely not for the right reasons, and I can say that we didn't just get married like for Colette. Like, we would have been married. The question about it is whether or not we would have been married so early. That might be a different answer, but I still think we would have gotten married, and still rather young. So yeah, that's our standpoint on it.
Next question, can I read it?
Yes.
Did your parents ever walk in on you and Cameron? No, that never happened.
I can't say the same about my parents. Yeah. I actually think I was pregnant at the time, and it was right after they found out that I was pregnant, and we were moving soon, and it was kind of like our goodbye. I was really moving in like a few days, and I'm like, we're not gonna see each other for a long time.
But yeah, so that just happened with her.
It was very awkward, yeah. If you were to get pregnant again, who would you tell first other than Landon? I'm gonna say other than Colette as well, because she doesn't really understand, but I definitely would like be like, Colette, you're gonna be a big sister, and tell her and everything.
Yeah.
But after that, it really depends, because there is certain people that I want to tell in person and that I'm able to, well, I want to tell everyone in person, but I'm not able to tell everyone in person because my family lives pretty far. So that answer really just relies on who I would have to FaceTime, and obviously I'd be super excited and want to tell whoever I can first. So I'd probably call my mom and my dad, because the rest of our family would probably just go and tell in person.
Yeah, that's true.
Was Landon your first? No, unfortunately.
Are there any regrets with parenting decisions that you've made so far? I haven't had a regret, like I regret doing this or doing that or parenting Colette this way. She is still so young. So far, I think our parenting has been how we've wanted it to be, and how we've worked together and, you know, communicate with each other, and how we think we should parent Colette. No, I have not had any regrets. What are your regrets?
I can't say the same. I'd say my one regret that I have is trying to take away her passy so early.
Oh, you just reminded me that is something, yes, okay, that is one regret. That we should have definitely done when she was around, you know, 7 or 8 months, when she would have become detached to it a lot more easier than growing with her passy.
Yeah.
So that's something we will definitely change with our next child, but...
Yeah, and a number of things I learned. Like, I didn't learn about baby-led weaning and all that till a little bit later. There's a lot of things I don't necessarily regret, but I've definitely learned from it, and I'm going to change with my next kid.
Yeah, the only thing we regret is the passy.
Yeah.
That's a big one. Do you think that your parents are a bit mad that you had a baby and got married at such a young age?
As far as my parents, I don't think so at all. They were very, very supportive of our wedding and our marriage. Not so much like when we first got engaged, because we were only 17 at the time, and it seemed like a bit premature and just really wasn't expected. But by the time they kind of got used to the idea, and by the time our wedding day actually came, like, everyone was so for it and so supportive. And as far as like us having a baby, everything worked out so perfectly, and they love their grandbaby, so I don't think they're upset at all anymore.
I don't think anyone was ever mad. Like, our parents only want what's best for us, and they're gonna tell us their opinion, but I don't think they were upset or mad about anything that has happened.
Yeah, this one's a little juicy. We're getting into the juice.
How much alone time do you and Cameron get?
I think it's important to note that when it says alone time, it says alone time. Do you understand the question?
I guess. I don't know. I mean, we get alone time about from 8:30 to about
8:30?
8:30 a.m.
Yeah.
So
that's not really what the question was asking. There was lots of questions like that, but I felt like that one was worded the most. Like, they were basically asking how often do we get to...
I don't think so, Cameron.
Yes! So it's alone time.
Oh, let me look at it again. So, like, romantic time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I still stick with my answer.
14 hours a day?
No.
I'm just gonna say that Colette sleeps, so it's not impossible.
Yeah, there you go.
Someone asked, are you really friends with all the teen moms you hang out with? And yeah, I mean, definitely some more than others. I have my closer friends, but that's really with any friend group. But I wouldn't like hang out with someone I didn't actually like or that I wasn't actually friends with, you know?
How many kids do you want, and does Cameron agree with you? Okay, I want 3 max kids. That's like my max. I'm okay with 2. I don't want just 1 kid. I definitely want more kids. But I want 3 kids. What do you want?
I'm okay with 3.
So you're not okay with just 2?
I'm not okay with just 2.
Okay.
I say 3 is my minimum, and then like 6 is my maximum.
No, it's not. She was just saying
No,
that.
I seriously would have 6 kids. After 6, I'd probably be like, eh. But like...
Okay, let's have 3 and then see what your reaction is after that. Do you think you move fast in your relationship? I don't think so. I mean, us being married after 3 years, or after 4 years of dating, that's like, some people get married after 10 months.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're moving fast at all. Maybe, other than the fact that we had Colette at such a young age, I don't know if that's considered moving fast, but I don't think anything's moving fast. I'm happy at where we are right now, and I love Cameron.
Yeah, I definitely would say, that sounded so, yeah? No, I love you too. Like, I'd say towards the beginning of our relationship, we did move really fast within the first few months, just as far as like hanging out with each other 24/7 and not giving each other a break, literally like falling asleep on FaceTime every single night for like the first 6 months. It was a lot, especially being at such a young age.
And now we fall asleep together.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it all worked out perfectly, and as far as marriage, I don't think we moved too fast at all.
Do you want a boy next? Yes, I want a boy. We both want a boy. But if we have a girl, I'll be exactly as happy as I would be with a boy. I
feel like everyone says this, like, oh, I'd be so happy either way. And I feel like I even said that with Colette, but it wasn't 100% true. Like, I kind of wanted a girl more than I wanted a boy. But this time around, like, I truly would be so happy either way. I think I want a boy just because we don't have a boy. But if we had a girl, I would be over the moon. Like, Colette would have a little sister.
Yeah.
Me and my sister were best friends growing up, so, you know, I'd be so happy either way. And they could twin with their little outfits.
Yeah, that's so true. Next question.
Ooh, this one's intense.
How would you try to prevent Colette from becoming a teen mom? Just keeping her educated and, you know, telling her her safety precautions, you know, just making sure that she understands the repercussion of having sex, you know. You can't just put that behind her shoulder and act like, oh, she won't have sex.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely what a lot of parents do, and that's why a lot of kids get pregnant. Like, oh, I didn't know, I wasn't educated.
And you can't just be a friend with your child on that subject. You have to make sure that they understand, and I'm sure she'll understand, because us having Colette at the age that we did, she'll understand, you know. And
I mean, we have all these videos to prove what we went through and how hard it was, and I feel like that's kind of her birth control. Like, look back on how hard it was with you and see what we went through, and we literally have actual video evidence of all of that.
Yeah, me living in a shed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know, I just want to make sure that she understands and that she's safe, and that's kind of my take on how to make sure that
doesn't happen. I feel like there's a very fine line between being too okay with it and being totally not okay with it. You just really have to explain to them that, you know, at a certain age, it's like we can't necessarily tell you what to do with your body, and we know that you're a teenager, and if it happens, it happens. We'd rather you wait till marriage, but we understand that there's pressure and just things happen. You're at the age where you're exploring your body, and we don't want to like shame her for that, but we also don't want to encourage that. So I just think it's the matter of finding that perfect balance of being a friend about it, but then also like educating her on it. Even if she so happened to have a child at the same age we did, we would be very accepting, and we would understand, you know, we would be there for her 100% of the way. Yeah. But right now, she's only 1, so I don't want to think about this right now. Yeah, me neither. Did you have any pregnancy scares before you had Coco? Definitely. definitely. With Landon, before Landon, I had like quite a few with Landon. I feel like we were both really uneducated about kind of how that works, ovulation, all of that.
I didn't even know what that was. Yeah. I was like, what is an ovulation?
So pretty much every time, every month, we were like, what if I'm pregnant? And it was a whole thing.
You were on birth control.
Yeah, after about like 6 months of us dating, I asked my mom to go on birth control.
Next question, what birth control do you use?
Right now, I am not using any birth control.
You haven't been on birth control in a while.
Since having Colette.
Yeah.
I tried to get on it since having Colette, and it just was not reacting well with me. I tried a few different ones, and I don't know what it is, but my body just doesn't like it. It caused breakouts, it caused bloating, and there's definitely other ways to prevent pregnancy other than just birth control. And I'm just not really one to put a ton of hormones in my body, and it's just not something I advocate at this point after doing a lot of research on it. So yeah, birth control is just not my vibe.
Where was Colette conceived?
In my old house, in my bedroom.
Wait, was it? It was 4th of July.
Yep, my parents were at a 4th of July party, and I told them I just wanted to go home and change real quick. Change. Yep, that's how it happened.
Was Coco made during your first time? No.
Yeah, she was conceived 2 years into our relationship. We'd been dating for 2 years at that point, so it's not our first time.
Any fears about being younger than all the parents at Colette's school? No. If anything, we'll be the cool parents. The cool ones, the cool young parents.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, let's hang out with the cool young parents. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I mean, by the time she's in school, we'll be, what, like 20?
I think either way, people will do the math, and it'll, I mean, it's pretty obvious, especially like at parent-teacher conferences when like these parents
are the good-looking, sexy-looking young ones, and you're just like, oh.
That's not what I was gonna say.
I'm just kidding.
Saying these parents are like having a 4-year-old and they look like 30, and we have a 4-year-old, and we're gonna be like what, like really early into our 20s.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not fearing anything at all. I'm glad that I'm young and I can have my kids and still be able to play sports with them and go on roller coaster rides.
Yeah.
Because I've heard numerous times from my parents, I'm too old for roller coaster rides.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know. I don't like being judged by strangers.
I don't care. You can judge me. What makes you mad that your significant other does? Cameron's on her phone, and I tell her to get off, and she doesn't get off.
Yeah.
After being on it for hours.
That
makes me mad.
I know, but it's hard because like I work on my phone, like I respond to your comments. Instagram's like fun for me, of course, but it's still kind of a job, and I'm still like an influencer, if you will. So I feel like when I'm just like browsing social media, I'm like, well, I'm kind of working.
Yeah, but like I can tell when she's working and when she's browsing social media.
True.
And it's like, Cameron, can you get off?
Yeah, it's hard to kind of distinguish the two and draw a line between like family time and work time, especially because I make my own hours and everything. But yeah, what makes me mad about Landon?
What? Probably that I sometimes don't respond to you as fast as you
Oh
want.
yeah, that's definitely
That's one of them, I know that
He'll
one.
be in his little closet on his little computer, and I'm like, Landon, and he'll just straight up ignore me.
I don't hear you sometimes. Sometimes I just like am so concentrated on something and I just don't realize that you're even saying my name. Ever had sex in public? Definitely not.
You don't remember?
We did not have sex in public.
Well, I guess it wasn't like public, but anywhere that's not like a house is kind of public.
No, we didn't have sex in public.
The creek.
What?
You don't remember the creek. You don't remember the creek.
What creek?
You know what creek
I don't know what
about.
creek you're talking about. I don't remember.
You don't remember.
No, we didn't have sex in public. No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
I don't recall.
And like a car.
Are you sure it was with me? Just kidding.
Definitely with you.
Have you or Landon ever had sex? Yeah, we have a daughter. So, yes.
We've had to have sex at least once to have Colette.
Are you guys trying for a baby? We're just kind of going with the flow.
going with the flow. No pregnancy prevention, but we'll see what happens. And it's just kind of been like that since we got married, which kind of leads me to this next question. Someone asked about a video that was made when we went to LA and filmed that collab with everyone for VidCon. One of the girls posted a house tour of the Airbnb we were staying at, and in the video, right before they go into our bedroom that we were staying in, you can hear me in the background say, "Hide my pregnancy test." Make sure there's nothing like black on the floor. Yeah. Hide my pregnancy test.
So this is the honeymoon suite. I'm not staying in here, Cam is, so we're just gonna like go in and show you everything.
So I just wanted to address that because due to that, a lot of people have been speculating that I am pregnant. But just because someone takes a pregnancy test does not mean that they're pregnant.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. That's just testing to see if you're pregnant. Anyone can test to see if they're pregnant.
And for your information, it was negative and I was not pregnant. And it was just after our honeymoon. Like, I hadn't gotten my period since our honeymoon, so I was like, maybe? Who knows?
Yeah, no one's pregnant right now. Okay. Our car.
That's it.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. Okay. Well, this was a juicy juice.
It was a juicy juice.
Fun. This was a good Q&A.
I'm down to do some more juicy Q&As in the future.
Well, I think that wraps up today's Q&A, guys.
Thank you guys so much for caring about our lives and watching this video and hearing some intimate details about our lives that we don't really talk about a lot.
So yeah, we'll see you in the next video, Camly. Peace.